Hi Flosstube, I'm Jennifer. Welcome to my channel. I am Ladybug Jen Stitches here on YouTube and Instagram. This channel will be mostly about cross stitching, also other hobbies. I like to do diamond painting, paper crafts, things like that. But for the most part today we're going to focus on our Stitch Mania mid-month update. I've been doing a WIP each day and just trying to get 200 plus stitches on those, and so I'll show you where I started. I'll put a picture up of where I started, and then I'll show you where I'm at and give you my stats. Since this is my second Flosstube, I skipped over the intro part in my first Flosstube, probably due to nerves. So I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Jennifer. I'm a wife and a mom. I've been married for 10 years to the love of my life. He's just the best thing. We have two boys together, and he has a son from a previous relationship. Charlie's my oldest. He's 7, and Lucas is my baby, and he's 1. He'll be 2 in September, so you'll probably see and hear about them because they're just the joy. We live in a suburb of Fort Worth, Texas. I've lived in Fort Worth my whole life, and so this is home. So hopefully I can make some new friends in the area, and we can, you know, join a stitch up somewhere or something and get some local community stitchers. All right, so the first thing that I want to talk about today is going to be an FFO that I did, a previous FFO that's going to tie into my finish for the that I did at the end of April after I finished my other video. So this is a previous finish that I've done for Lucas. It's a little dinosaur, Christmas dinosaur, and I just did it on a sticky board. For my first time, I did what do you call this? The border. It's slipping my mind. On the back, I used a die cut and stitched out the year, and then I put his initials here so we'll know which one's his. And then I also did another one for Charlie that I want to make similar, that I want to FFO similar to this one with the boards and the twine and stuff. So this is Charlie's. This is my finish. I finished this one on April 30th. So this is just a little Christmas Groot. He was a freebie that I got from Craftly Crafting. And I was not sure about the colors here on his pot, but I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And I did it, and all the backstitch just made it pop. And he is so cute. I love him so much. So that's my previously finishes and my, one of my finishes I have for this video. Oh, I wanted to show you guys what I do. So this is my project details, and you can put the name of the project, the designer, the stitch, like when you start it, the stitch count, you know, height over, and then I put if I'm doing it 2/1 or 1/2 and then full cross or whatever, and then you can put your fabric type, your floss type, and then this gives you a number, like however you do your storage system. I do mine by bag number, so I usually put the bag number there. And then whenever I have it FFO'd, I use my little printer, and I print off what the FFO is, and then I file all these little index cards so that I can reference them if I ever want to. So I just recently started doing this smaller one. I had a full sheet, and it's just so hard to look through whenever I was trying to find something. So I found these, and they're easy to put in your project bag, and then you can just always have them with you. So the next thing I want to talk about is new starts. I tried not to do too many new starts because Maynia, I had my whole month planned out. Here's how I had it planned out. So I just have a stitch for every day, and I was like, this is my percentage of where it started, and then you'll see this is what I added and where I'm at now. But this is kind of how I do my filing system, is the number is the bag number that it's in. So that's my Stitch Mania. But I have had this pattern for years that is Star Wars, And what a better day to start a Star Wars project on than May 4th, right? Okay, so I worked on my May 4th project, and then I was like, I'm going to start. It's a weekend, so I'm going to start my Star Wars project. So I started that. This is my Star Wars project. This is what it is. It's this cute little square that has, it's from the stitchpatterns.com. There's that. And I haven't got a whole lot done on it, but here's where I am. This is my piece of fabric. The fabric I'm using is Fog by the Digi Stitchery, so that she prints on her fabric. So it's 27 count. This is the first time I've used 27 count, but I really did enjoy stitching on it. So that's where I am with that new start. I'm going to put this in the bag real quick. Stay a little organized. So, I was also going to show you guys, I had watched a Michelle, golly, what's her name? I'm totally going blank. Her name is Michelle. I can't remember what her handle or her YouTube name is. But she said if she had a second chance, she would make a cross stitch pattern for her kids for Christmas every year. And I was like, well, you know what? I have young kids. And so I'm gonna start that with Lucas. And so I make Lucas and Charlie. I planned out to make Lucas and Charlie and a few like gifts in between if I need a gift for a Christmas ornament. But I'm just gonna do one a month. So this was my 12 by 12 new starts. I just went ahead and started each one of these. So they're already started. I just have to work on them each month to get those done. So, all right. So let's start with our. Sorry, I'm gonna get my stack here. So my first May 1st, I worked on Over the Nest by Brenda Gervais. This is this was a stitch along with a group of people that went to Stitch North, I think is what it is. And they had they did a section each time because it's like 12, it has 12 sections, so it's like each month. It has a little birdhouse. I didn't do it by month. I ended up working on other things, but here's where here's where I started. Here's where I am. So I added in, all the back stitching. So all of the black and the gray from the clouds and the black with the butterfly here. And that got me to 17%. I must have done something else. I think I may have stitched on some of the fence. But that's where I am with that one. I really, really, really like that one. So I'll get it done someday, right? Isn't that what we say about all our WIPs? All right, the next one is actually another finish, and this was called Pumpkin Blackwork. So Blackwork is like the back stitching that you can do here. Sorry, I'm trying to. But I did, this is 18 count, and I did 1/1 on those. This was also another free pattern. I am not sure who the designer was, so I don't have much information about that, but I'll probably finish this into a pillow someday, right? All right, the next thing I worked on May 3rd was this spooky cute ornaments. This is by It's So Emma with Fat Quarter Shop. These are so cute. They're the pinks and stuff. So I'm stitching this on 16 count Pink Chocolate by Be Stitch Me. This is the first one. I actually added a color. I did the font in black, but the other colors are called for. So that's my first one. There's 12 of these, so 1 of 12 down. All right, the next day I worked on May 4th. I worked on Cherub with a Tree by Nora Corbett. So this is actually a free pattern on her website. This is what it'll look like when she's done. I just got this from someone online, so y'all could have like a cover page. But this is my first fancy lady that I've ever stitched. And so this is where I was. And then this is where she's at. Oh gosh. So, I got, sorry guys, I got 283 stitches added to her, and that brought up to 14.31%. So, this fabric is called After the Harvest by Be Stitch Me. I used to be in her Fabric of the Month club, so I have some pretty cool fabrics from her. Her dyeing is really cool. So let's put that one away. So May 5th, I worked on a Retro Camper by Living on the Rainbow, I'm sorry. So it's like a little pin cushion. It looks like an RV. Now she's come out with different ones for each season. So this is like the summer one, I think. But she has spring, winter, and fall. So, and it, you finish it like a little cushion. So this is where I am. I have the front and the top done. So I just need to finish the back. And then if you've ever made a biscornu, it's a lot like that. Because you do the back stitch all the way around and then all the way down this and around. So you just like whip stitch it together, kind of like a biscornu to make the shape. So this one's really fun. I can't wait to have that FFO. It'll be so cute. And that's just stitched on 18 count Aida. Nothing fancy. Because it's mostly full coverage because it's all stitched. So on May the 6th, I worked on Pokemon characters. This is what I'm working on for Charlie. It's actually 4 characters in this pattern by Nerdy Patterns. And I stitched this on 18 count white. So I had Pikachu stitched and I worked on Squirtle. And I was only at 2%, 2.8%. And I got him finished. He's so cute. Here's Pikachu and Squirtle. I was thinking I wanted a frame that had like 4, would hold 4, I don't know, 4x4s or something, and to finish these in. But they're so cute. He's a Pokemon kid right now. He's 8, and that's what 8-year-olds are into. So the next one I worked on was May 7th. I worked on Give Thanks. This is by Joyful Expressions. I stitched it on 14 count chalkboard Aida. So this is what it's going to be. And I actually changed the colors of the words. I have them written out here. I'm going to do like a rainbow. I'm still going to leave the white ones white, but I did change the other letters. So for this one, I'm at 45.76. So this is where we are on this one. It's turned out really cool. It's actually a really cool effect how you do all this really fancy font. I really like. I don't really enjoy the process that much because it's kind of hard to count, but I really enjoy the final product. So again, that's on chalkboard black, 16 count. So the next one I worked on was an animal cracker. This was Maggie Mae. I was working on her before. And I had wanted to finish her for Easter for my mom, and that didn't happen. So then Mother's Day came up, and I was like, oh, I can finish this for Mother's Day. And I did. So I'll put a picture in here of what it looks like because I've already given it to her. I did some changes. I did the pink in the ears is what I ended up doing, the cardigan and the shoes. So it's more pink because, I'm a pink girl. So, I finished it, into the pillow. I followed, how come you can't remember anybody's names whenever you're doing this? Tiger Lily Stitches, whatever her name is. I'm so sorry. I used her tutorial and did it, and whenever I had them face to face, and it looked really good, and I was like, oh, this is gonna look really good, and then I turned it inside out, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is kind of funky shaped. So anyways, Mom didn't care, she really, really liked it. She thought it turned out really cute. So I'm not sure if I'll do another animal cracker. I'm gonna take a break for now. Okay, so the next one I worked on the 9th was Halloween Quaker. So I kind of have a few of the Primrose Quakers going on. I was trying to finish this one last month, but I didn't quite get there. So this is stitched on 25 count Vintage Country Mocha, and I finished all of the gray, or the dark gray. So almost done. I'm at 80% is where I got to on this one. I'll show you that before here. So got a before and after. So almost finished with that one. I was actually out of the orange, so I had to buy some orange. Put that in that bag, so I'll have it when I need it. All right, the next one is the 10th. I worked on Flea Market Flowers by Lori Holt. This is stitched on 18 count Morning Fog by Be Stitch Me. This is what it looks like. This is the original pattern. I saw this week that Fat Quarter Shop has done like a patriotic colored one, if you're interested in patriotic colors. But here's where I am, not very far. I'll do before and after. I got about over 200 stitches added right here in this flower. So I got 231 stitches. So I still have a little ways to go, but that fabric is so pretty. So Flea Market Flowers. All right, and then the next one I worked on is, I call it Tropical Tidings. I'm not too sure what it is. It's from the World of Cross Stitch, but it's these little beachy themed Christmas ornaments. But I added 231 stitches to the Santa. So there's my Santa one, and he is stitched on, I think that's that same color, the Morning Fog. I already had this one finished. Man, it's really blowing out that color, but that color is so cool. These look so good on this yellow fabric. I love those flamingos. So cute. So I got Santa and there's a mermaid and like palm trees. So those will be cute. So the next one I did is actually an FFO. This from the Stitching Trio. It was the Home Stitch Home pillow. This one with the little house. It's so cute, the little details that she added. So here's mine. I bought the finishing pack, which, because I wanted to see what this is like, because I've tried a couple times to buy chenille, and it just never seemed right. Like, I guess I was buying too big or something. And so I do this is something I didn't do with Maggie Mae, but I normally do. You normally stitch all the way around and cut the back, and then I just use a die cut and heat and bond, and it makes it kind of like a sticker, and then it just covers up that patch really good. And then the back is just as cute. Well, not just as cute, but it's cute like the front. So that's Home Stitch Home. So that's another FFO that I had. And I store that in my Stitcher's Gonna Stitch project bag. I got one more pillow in this one, this trio to do, which is actually the Stitcher's Gonna Stitch pillow. I've already stitched it once on the bag, but I'm going to stitch it again on the Make a Pillow. Okay, so the next thing I worked on is Quack Quack Honk from Erin Elizabeth. This is what it looks like. It's the little ducks with the geese. A geese? I think it's geese. Anyways, but for Lucas, his first Easter, we bought him this chicken that's a cow, and we call it a moo quack. And so I'm planning to change the pattern to be Quack Quack Moo, and I'm gonna just make another duck that looks like a cow. So I haven't got that far yet, but I'm gonna take the geese out and put a thing. Try to chart a duck that looks like a cow. On one of Jennifer's recent videos, she's littlepaperco.com or Little Paper Bear Co. Jennifer. She talked about how she uses these transparent Post-it notes for recharting. And I was like, oh, I have those. That's such a smart idea. So that's what I'm planning to use to rechart my duck to look like a cow. Then it can be Quack Quack Moo. And this is stitched on a 32 count linen, vintage country mocha, and I've gotten that little duck done in there in the middle. Erin is so great with her colors. It looks amazing. So cute. I don't stitch a lot on linen, but that one was wasn't too bad. I was still able to stitch in hand even on the linen, which I prefer to stitch in hand. I don't know. I guess it's faster, or I don't know. It's just easier, but I like it. The next thing I worked on is His Name is Jesus. This is a free pattern from Joyful Expressions. I had found this, and so when she charted it with 3 different colors, but I love color, and so I was like, oh, I think I want to do every name a different color, and I found this on someone's, I think it's on her post. It's like somebody commented on her website with all the colors. So I'm stitching this on 16 count chocolate milk. And I'm not too far. I just have His Jesus. So I worked on the H and started the I there. That's all I got worked on for that. For that one, here's all the beautiful colors. So I usually use floss drops, but since this project will use so little of each floss, I wanted to have it back in my master set. So I just cut off, this is just like thicker cardstock, so I just cut it off and punched holes and wrote all the numbers on there. And I make sure you put the name of the chart at the top, because when you're doing Flosstube, they might get mixed up. Don't tell me how I know. Alright, so that's that one with all those beautiful colors. Alright, and so on the 15th, the last one I worked on was, I'm doing the monthly minis. So here's the one I'm working on, which is May. And I'm doing that on 25 count, vintage country mocha. And I was color completing this last night, so I got the green, the dark pink, and the yellow. The little centers of the flowers done. That looks cool. So that's where I am on that. So we have 15 more days to go, and I'm really excited to get some more progress on my whips. Now let's talk about WIPGO, so you can get a little update of where I am on WIPGO. I haven't been great about WIPGO because I've been focusing on my Stitch Mania, but here's my WIPGO card. So here's all the projects, and then I just put all the numbers in there. I just did 1 through 25, and then I wrote the months, and I write the number of whatever's called. And so my goal for this is to get each of these projects to 25% during that month. That's what my goal is. So I was at 2.04% on this one. I got 214 stitches added. That brought me to 4.8%. That is Maple Lane by Frosted Pumpkin. So I was only at 2%, so now I'm at 4, but do my 200 stitches. So there's my, where I am. And this is stitched on a mystery fabric by Be Stitch Me. So I just had the coffee cup, and I added the little banner under there. That's what I got done. That modeling in that light pops. It's not that pronounced in person, but so that's where I am on that one. My second WIPGO, which is number 19, is Our Father. This is the prayer. It's by Ann Makes Things in pretty colors. Again, I love color. So there's where I am on that one. I was at 9.68%. I got 231 stitches added, and now I'm at 12.75. So this is stitched on that marble wood pine board. 14 count Ada. And I just got the "and the glory for" words added in there. So that's where I am on my Stitch Mania. and my WIPGO. Look forward to just keep on pressing along and seeing where else I can get with all those. Let's talk now about purchases, some treasures that I found, some fun things, and then I got my fabric in from the Digi Stitchery. So I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday and they just had some I love flowers. So they just had some little flowers. They had these little bowls. I was like, who knows what you can use a little bowl for. I got some doll needles. I was watching Helen D and she said that this is something that she always has in her finishing kit when she's finishing. I don't know what I'll do with these, but they were 74 cents. So I got these two and I'll just put like a finish on the front of them. So I got some little finishing boards, some more floss. I saw these little wooden cuts and you could either color them with a marker or paint them, and I was thinking I could like finish them in the corner of something or in the middle of a bow or something, but those are real springy. I really like those. Those are cute. We have a friend who has a 3D printer, and my husband was getting some things printed for his new telescope, and I was like, I want some floss bobbins. So my husband, his name is Jeff, he was like, we'll just find a pattern, and we'll send it to Anthony and he can get it cut or get it printed. And I was like, okay. So we looked and I'm like, okay, I'll take 20 of them because I've never had any printed, and so he printed me 20 and my husband brings them home and look how little these things are. They're so tiny. He said the file had a big and a small, and I was like, oh, I'll just take a small. I just assumed, it would be an inch, but these are so little, but they're fine. I just wrote the number, the DMC number on the thing, and they're lightweight, super lightweight. So, that's what I have left of those, but that was a really funny experience. So, here's the Digi Stitchery. This is May 2025, and she's calling this fabric Sparkle. This is so cool. I have no idea what I'll stitch on this, but look at this. It's like fireworks. Is that not perfect for patriotic? I'm thinking a flag of some kind. But so cool. So that's 16 count Aida is what 16 count Aida. That's what I get. That's my comfort cloth stitching. Next I got, let's see, I got a few big things here to show you guys. So I've been collecting the Country Cottage Needleworks monthly mini village. So I have the first 4. And so I went on Paisley and Polka Dot and got her little unfinished house board. She's so amazing. So, she comes up with the coolest finishing boards. So, I have that here in my project bag. I haven't started any of those yet. I'm not sure what fabric I want to do those on. I'll just use DMC. I plan on stitching the whole thing. I know some people are just stitching half of it because it's, mirrored. But I'll probably do the whole thing. And then I'll finish it on that board. I'll paint it white. Another board I got from Paisley's and Polka Dots is the Feathered Friends. So this is the June. I think I showed this on my last Flosstube. This is the June. And it's done, 1 month is done by a different designer. So this is the little board. See, she has it finished on that little board. So this is the board to finish it on. Whenever I get that started. I haven't started that either. But I didn't not want to have the finishing board because that's one of the reasons you buy the pattern, right? Because the finishing board. All right, so last, well, I guess it was this month, May. Primrose Cottage did their free Stitch Friday. So this is the pattern. It's called Hello Spring. And I had not ever gotten the kit, but I decided to get the kit because of, So here's the fabric. It's like an ice blue. But I decided I wanted to get the kit because I wanted to try the dinky dice. I never stitched with silk. So I was like, oh, well, what better way to try out some silks is you have a chart to do and everything you need. And then the kit came with this really cute freebie. It's to hang on your zipper of your stitch bag. I forgot that was in there. That was a fun find. I got this earlier this month and I've just been holding on to it. I spilled some water, guys. Hold on. I had my little measuring cup for my iron full of water and I spilled it. We're okay. Nothing important got wet. Well, it did, but I don't think it hurt it. What else did I get from Primrose? Their stitching stuff they just come out with is like, it speaks so much to me. So I got whip, I got time out, and I got the little bobbins. Put on the zipper pulls. They're so cute. Now I get to use them, right? I also got the finishing pack because originally I was thinking about doing the stitching rolls and individual pillows. And I was talking to my mom about it and she was like, you don't have enough places to put that many pillows. And I was like, oh, true. I should probably do it as one piece. So I bought the paper pattern. Well, I thought I bought one. Turns out I bought two. So there'll be a future giveaway of the stitching rolls. And then I also got one more thing from their new releases. I got the little stickers. So I did not realize these things are tiny. Like they're like little bitty, which is so awesome. But there's the frog, which they have the needle minder in that frog, which I hadn't gotten yet. Count twice, stitch once, just keep stitching. Always cross your X's. Here, there are never too many whips. Amen. And enjoy your stitch. So those are really cute. I'm not sure what I'll do with these yet, but I really like these. I'll probably put them on my iPad tablet, on my iPad case. So something else I got was, well, actually I was watching Laura D Stitches, and she was working on this. It's called Summer in the Village by Flosstubers Embroidery. I've never stitched a sampler because I'm not real prim. I like more fun. But this one is darling. Oh, I love the animals and the vegetables. It's so cute. And then Crochet Go comes out with their new sampler. Summer sampler. Okay. Now, which one do I start? I need y'all's help. Comment below. Should I start Summer Sampler or Summer in the Village? I'm going to start it the first day of summer, which is June 21st. So y'all have some time to vote and help me figure out which one I want to do. They're both so cute, but this will be my first sampler type whip. So don't forget, comment below which one should I start in June for the first day of summer. Summer Sampler by Crochet Go or Summer in the Village by Flosstubers Embroidery. And the one I got from Crochet Go, she actually sent a freebie. It's a little mom sweet balm pillow heart. It's cute. Little freebie she sent. So, something else that I got, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of these, but they're called Chatbooks. And I really, really love memory planning, but it takes I just don't have the time. Like, I'd rather stitch, because with memory planning, you have to have like an area, and you have to have all your paper out and your glue and your cutting, and like, it's just not, for a mom that has a toddler, it's just not, it doesn't work for me in this season. but I have babies, and so I want to be able to capture the memories of my babies. And so I have discovered these little books called Chatbooks. You just have it, there's an app. You just pick all the photos you want to add. They're monthly. You pay a monthly subscription. This size with a soft cover is less than $10. And I also read that when kids look at themselves, when they see pictures of themselves, it raises their self-esteem. And what better way to raise your children's self-esteem than have pictures of themselves just laying around? Like my toddler, he has looked at this thing so many times. And, you know, they're perfect. So there's my boys. This is Charlie, and this is little Lukey. Oh, they're so cute. So again, that's Chatbooks. And you can look at Lucas. Oh, he's so cute. I love little Bluey. Oh my gosh. Okay, enough of that. All right. One more thing I want to, well, actually, this is more treasure or haul that I've, so this is from Handcrafted by Harvey. This is a needle book that she made. So inside it has 4 pages. She put a little made with love thing on there. But it's just a needle book. But look at this. It's like leather, and she used her embroidery machine on it. Oh, it's amazing. Ow. My mom has an embroidery machine. Goals. Yeah, goals right here, ladies. Goals and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. And I also bought a bag. So I've been wanting a bag because this is her bag. So she has like a honey pot with some little bees. I've been using this. So this is her card. Look at that. CEO, Chief Embroidery Officer. How cute is that? So this is the inside of the bee one. So it's the vinyl front, and she puts a little bead charm on there. It's a great size. So here's the Primrose Cottage pattern, so it fits in there perfectly. So that's actually what I've been storing in here, is my Primrose Cottage. Stitching rolls. So I don't love the colors that they did on the stitching rolls because it's more of a red than a pink. And so I tried to do a color conversion with my favorite color palette. Well, one of my favorite color palettes that from my WIP, from another WIP. So I had gotten, the other palette had oranges and purples, but I didn't need oranges and purples. So I had gotten my palette together. I had to choose like a brown and a gray, which I really like the colors like that. But I've stitched the first portion of stitching rolls. And I don't love it, guys. I just don't love it. I don't know what I don't love about it. A lot of people that I've shown, well, a couple people that I've shown, they say that it's hard to see the light pink, which it is. It's easier to see in person, but it still doesn't pop very good. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What do you think would look better? I'm thinking about just going back to the original colors and maybe changing the reds to pink. Because I'm not crazy about the blue. I'm not crazy about the green. I mean, I really, like, I was stitching it this way and then I came down. I really liked this part until I got the green in this part. So this is Vintage Country Mocha, and I'm planning to stitch it on a full, stitching it all together on this as one piece. So I'm kind of bummed and burned out because I don't love it, and so I don't want to keep going. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you did, if you changed your colors. I'm in no hurry to get it done. It's I want to enjoy it while I'm doing it, right? So for plans, I'm gonna just continue to work on my Stitch Maynia. Sorry, I need a drink. that's all I really have planned for the rest of the month. Towards the ends of the month, I'll start working on. Sorry, someone just came and delivered something, so the car was distracting me. I'll start working on my June plans. I've done temperature stitching. I did that in January, February, March. And it gets those pieces out that you don't choose, but you want them finished on your wall, and so it gets those 200 stitches in them whenever the temperature, the last number of the temperature gets called. So I don't know if I'll go back to that because, like I said, a couple of them are felt projects. They're stockings for my children, and one of them's like a Christmas train, which I really, really love the finished product, but I don't love the process. So it gets it out, gets it worked on. What have I been up to? Oh, this past weekend was Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all those moms out there. Hugs to all of those that had a hard time because their mom's no longer here. I don't really understand that because I still have my mom living, but I can imagine like she's getting older, and so I just think, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do when she's not with us? You know, I guess you get to that point where you eventually start thinking like that, which is not cool. But so my husband got me this necklace, and it has the boys' names like etched on it. I don't know if you can see it. It says Charlie on one and Lucas on the other. So I'm really loving that. And then Jeff's mom is really good about doing something with our oldest, some type of craft to create for me. I was looking up because there's one up there, but I can't reach it. But this is what they did. This is what he did for me this time. So Gerber daisies are my favorite flower. So Grandma got some artificial flowers, and she got him some bling to put on there, and he colored it with Mama's Sharpies. I let him use the Sharpies. That, you know, it's special when you get to use Mama's permanent markers. So, so that's what Charlie made for me. Oh, you know what? I don't have what Lucas made for me. I don't even know what I did with it. Anyways, I'm not sure what I did with it. You make my heart flutter. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyways, they always do something fun in daycare. I actually had asked him before the Mother's Day thing. Lucas, what did you make Mommy for Mother's Day? Because I just love when they bring something home. You can see over here, right here. This is what I got last year. It's like a flower pot, and they put his face on a cupcake wrapper. It's so cute. Like, what a cute idea for a mom. So that was Mother's Day. We had a great day. His parents came over on Saturday. I went to see my mom on Sunday. We went shopping. We needed some summer shoes, and so we just went. We went to the mall and spent some time with Granny. We got to ride the Ferris wheel. Got to eat lunch at Chili's. You know what? Better Mother's Day. So, what am I reading? I'm listening to a book right now. I can't remember the name of it. I'm on book 2 of the series. The only thing I watch really is Flosstube. I love to watch Flosstube. At night, sometimes my husband and I will watch them, but he enjoys playing video games. So he plays video games, and I stitch and watch Flosstube. And so, or listen to my book and stitch. So, that's what we're currently doing there. I just wanted to shout out Jennifer again. Thank you so much for your shout out on your last video. Jennifer is the Little Paper Bear Co. She just did this amazing recharting of Lily the Frog. She's great for summer. She just hop over and check her out if you haven't seen her yet. I really enjoy her. Flosstubes. I just want to say thanks to all my returning viewers. Thanks for stopping by to any new viewers. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you consider liking, subscribing, so you can see my new video when I have new content come out. So I really enjoyed my time here with you guys today. Thanks for watching my video. See y'all next time. Bye.